Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning tea. Happy Monday. I'm your girl, Alex Schiffman, and joining me looking fabulous in his Swiftie reputation merch because the girl is Artist of the Year, Mr. Courtney Revolution. Hey, Courtney, how you doing?
Hey Alex, good morning y'all. I am Courtney Revolution and I am doing just dandy, girl. How you doing on this fine Monday?
I am doing well. You know why? It's a short week, which means you and I only have to work a half week, and I'm sure a lot of the Tea Tribe as well either has a short week at school or at work. So I think it's a great week. It's probably the best Monday we've had in a while, don't you think?
Honestly, Alex, I had completely forgotten what week it was until it was like I took a sip of my cold brew and I went, wait, it's not a full week this week. So I feel like I've got just a little bit of extra energy because I'm ready to be in and out, y'all. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, it's Thanksgiving week. So of course, I am thankful for the Tea Tribe and you as well, Courtney Revolution. But I'm also thankful for a short week because who doesn't love one? But how was your weekend?
Alex, I had a really good weekend. Can I tell y'all really quick? See, I came prepared, Alex, today. I started watching a television program and I want to tell y'all about it. I was making a purchase safely with my mask on, my Courtney Revolution mask. Get yours. And as I was going on my way home from Studio City, I saw a billboard and all it said, Alex, it was like a woman and a boy and it's just like a teacher. And I literally looked at my boyfriend and I went, oh, there's something going on with this teacher and this little boy. We are going home and we are watching the show. Alex watched all the episodes thus far because they update, I guess, like every Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday or something like that. Like every week They update. Girl, the teacher is out there touching the children. Well, not the children, but the boy, girl, a teacher on Hulu, y'all. Y'all need to watch that. It's good, y'all. It's a mess.
Okay, I have seen it, Courtney. I'm so obsessed with it. It is creepy, but also amazing at all the same times. It's a little mature, so it's for mature audiences, Tea Tribe. But you want to see it. You want to tune in. It's great. Do you love it?
Alex, I absolutely, absolutely love it. I'll say this. If you're the kind of person that enjoys a Lifetime movie, it definitely gives you that kind of Lifetime movie vibe. You know what I mean? I can't wait for all the extra episodes to come out because I'm ready to gobble it on up. It's like little fires everywhere. How I was so into it, I'm just as into a teacher.
So in addition to a teacher, I know I told you this before, but I watched the finale of The Queen's Gambit, that chess show. Amazing. And then I also watched the latest episode of The Undoing, which is the one with Nicole Kidman and the creator of Big Little Lies, which has the same thing you get from a teacher, you get from these. You're like left on a cliffhanger. You want more and more and more. So I watched a lot of great content. In addition to the AMAs, Courtney, did you check out the AMAs? I know you're my favorite award show watcher.
To be honest, I was a little bit preoccupied just with a little couple extra things for work and getting myself together for today. But I did watch the majority, if not all, of the performances, Alex. I really wanted to make sure that I saw it because the AMAs, I feel like they're pretty fair for the most part. So I'm a fan of them, the AMAs.
Yeah, it was a pretty great show. Some amazing performances. We're going to break it down in a bit. But it gave the people what they wanted. The American Music Awards is cool. It's one of those shows kind of like Billboard where you get kind of surprises and collaborations that you didn't think would be there. We're going to get to it, but like Kenny G was in The Weeknd's performance. Like, random things like that.
Creative and interesting.
Yeah. Creative.
Something for everyone,
For America, that is. Because it's the American Music Awards, Courtney, and we are a melting pot. So a little bit of everything.
Yes, ma'am.
But Tea Tribe, if you're just joining us, of course, you know how this works. Let us know in the chat. Where are you watching the morning tea from this morning? We love to hear all the exotic places you're watching from. And of course, as we mentioned, it is Thanksgiving week. So let us know in the chat, what are your Thanksgiving plans? I know it's going to be a tough year for everyone because, we can't be with, our friends and family the way we all hope and wanted to. And unfortunately, actually in LA, there's a lockdown going on again. So especially with us, we're being real safe because of everything. So, but still, Thanksgiving Zoom is where it's at, right, Courtney? We're all going to be virtual this year.
Yeah, listen, here's the thing. I know there are lots of people that are flying home, traveling to see family, what have you. Not forcing my opinion on y'all. All I'm going to say is consider talking to Miss Granny over the Zoom. Not really trying to scare or like put fear in y'all, but it's just about being careful. If you feel fine, you can make Granny sick and then Granny doesn't feel fine. So just be careful, be safe, and be smart this holiday season in terms of visiting family, taking trips, and what have you. Be thankful for your health.
Yes, definitely. Actually, it's one of my best friend's birthdays tomorrow, and I was looking for some flower delivery because I want to send her something. And I don't know if you ever sent flowers, but it is a whole process. And I get nervous that they're going to show up. You look at the Yelp reviews or any sort of gift. It's not going to show up the way you like it. Isn't that the most stressful process you've ever? Personally, it's very stressful for me.
Alex, I'm going to tell you something. I wanted to get my mom some flowers. It was either her birthday or I just wanted to get her flowers just to get her flowers. And I had spent a lot of money to sort of make sure that it got to her on a particular date at a specific time. And then they called me, Alex, like the day of, like, hey, we don't have these flowers and like we can deliver it tomorrow. And Alex, I've worked a lot of customer service jobs. I've worked in hotels, resorts, what have you. And I know about good customer service. If you don't have the flowers in stock, you call before the date and you get things set up ahead of time, not the day of. Yeah. So it really is a whole ordeal. You really got to make sure you have all your ducks in a row if you want to send some flowers. Shout out to my friends. They send me flowers every year for my birthday, and it's never an issue. I don't know if they jump through any hoops or anything, but I am grateful for that because it is a process.
So I saw the weirdest thing I've seen yet because I was checking out the Yelp reviews and they had sent the wrong card, the wrong note. Not that the flowers like showed up not like the photo, because like Instagram versus reality, I get that, but a different note, and one was sadly a sympathy one, and they sent like, congratulations, we love you. So I do not want something like that to happen. So anyway, I had to talk about it because T-Tribe, if you've had any like horror stories of sending gifts, let me know because I couldn't believe it. So clearly I'm not going to name any names, but I'm not using that service. It was bad. Yeah. It was bad. But let me break down what we have on the show today because we have a lot of tea to spill, Courtney, and let's get to it because I know you're all here to hear about it. First of all, we're going to talk about the most recent drama coming from behind the scenes of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Why Lorde has been silent on social media. I know you're kind of excited about this one, Courtney, because you've been wondering what Lorde's been up to. Well, we have an answer. Justin Bieber is sending Hailey a lot of love for her birthday. Of course, Hailey Bieber's birthday was yesterday. She got tons of social media love. Also, Hillary Duff, this is kind of sad and scary, revealing that she is in quarantine lockdown. She was exposed to COVID and is quarantining right now. We're also talking about Kim and Kanye's involvement on Kanye's album, quote, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. And then Tristan is moving to Boston. So we're going to speculate all about that. Plus, Courtney is loving it when Scott dates. So the latest rumor about him and Amelia Hamlin. Courtney is here for it. We'll tell you why. And then we will wrap up the show talking all about the performances from last night's AMAs, as well as our OMT story of the day. I know Swifties are very excited about this. Taylor Swift's historic win and her acceptance speech and all the Easter eggs we think are involved. So stick around for that hot tea later on in the show. Courtney, let's do this. Do you have your hot water? Let's pour up the tea because it's time.
I got it, girl.
Let's do it. Are you still drinking? English breakfast tea. Are we still in the UK? Because I'm in New York in
Girl,
honor of Miss Taylor.
girl, I'm still in the UK, and I'm having English breakfast for my bevy. And yeah, it's gonna be good, girl. Cheers!
Cheers!
Oh yeah, because they do say
All
that, girl, in the UK. Cheers. Cheers, mate.
right. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
All right.
Mm.
Okay, let's break it down. These are all our You Missed It stories that you may have missed overnight. Don't worry. If you're new here, Courtney and I handle all the trending tea for you. And first up, we're talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Tanya Sam has apparently decided to drop out of Real Housewives of Atlanta mid-season after fights with producers over Cynthia's bachelorette party scandal. The reports are coming in that after Tanya was unhappy about what the producers wanted to use for the show, she's decided to stop filming and will not attend the reunion taping either. Many people are wondering if this has to do with her relationship with Paul Judge. Courtney, you'll know more of that. Her current fiance, with whom Tanya has faced problems with in the past. The stripper situation seems to have escalated that. So what do you think of all of this and her kind of, rumored to be leaving the show over this incident, reportedly, involving herself and Portia with the hired entertainment for Cynthia's party? What do you think, Courtney?
So if just in case you guys don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta at all, Tanya Sam, who we're talking about, is not exactly a main housewife, but she's sort of like a very popular friend of the show. Remember when we had Marlo on? You guys, we had Marlo on, and Marlo's a friend of the show. It's that kind of situation. Since she's been on the show, she's sort of like encountered little bits of drama surrounding her relationship. She's been sort of with me for a very long time. And last season, we had like a woman come out and sort of say, well, your husband was hitting on me at a bar. And that turned into a huge situation for someone that's not a main star of the show. And now we're sort of getting this story ahead of the season coming out. And it's like, was Tanya involved with Portia and this stripper? And it's very interesting because she's not a main fixture on the show. But Alex, I wanted to ask you and T-Tribe, if you were on reality TV, even if you're one of these people that would say, I would never be on reality TV, put your reality TV helmet on. You're in front of the producers, you have your paperwork. What are some of the things that you would say are off limits? And the reason why I'm asking is because I see if Tanya does return, she would probably want her relationship off limits in terms of being filmed. What would be like the one or two things you're like, nah, we can't have that on TV, if you could control it?
Unfortunately, I feel that you can't really control it. I mean, when you sign up for these shows, yes, you can ask, but I think, a lot of housewives get really upset when other housewives don't kind of expose their entire life because they, reiterate that this is what we signed up for. We signed up to display our life on the show. And so when you kind of pick and choose what to show and what not to show, people kind of frown upon it. I say you don't sign up for the show if you want certain parts of your life not shown. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, yes, you can, it is your life and you do have that right. But when it comes to other people being involved and it's a show at the end of the day, they need to add drama. There's a production involved that they're trying to accomplish. It's supposed to be entertaining. So if there's a part of your life that's juicy, they want to show it,
For me, I think if I had kids, that would be like my thing. I know or at least I'll speak for myself. I know I get upset when like a housewife doesn't get all the way on the show because a husband or something is like, well, I don't want my kids filmed. If I were not a housewife and like my partner were going on to a show and we weren't together, then maybe I might be like, well, I don't want the kids filmed. But if I were the star and I could control like what goes in and what doesn't, sort of like a Kris Jenner, then maybe, but I don't see me putting my kids on reality TV,
I agree with that. That could be a deal breaker because at the end of the day, sometimes it's sad that kids don't really sign up for this life. They're too young to kind of wrap their head around reality television, what's going on and kind of growing up in front of the cameras, and maybe they don't want that. So the kids is a good deal breaker. What about this situation? if you were caught, Courtney, doing crazy things like this, would you be upset? Would you threaten to leave the show?
I think that if it wasn't true, I feel like if it wasn't true and me and my partner had that strong of a relationship, I would be like, okay, it didn't really happen. Let's get this bag and then I'll do one more season and we're out. You know what I mean? I don't know if I would leave the show, but Alex, for those of y'all that don't know, Tanya Sam had a career before this. She had like a nursing career and then she switched over to tech. Like she's like the real deal. She's not like a woman looking for clout or like money or anything. Like she's got her coin set. So she can sort of walk away and we can get, whoever that is in Atlanta to sort of replace her if she decides to. But I think because I'm poor and broke, I need the coin.
I mean, if she can, then she should. If this is going against her moral high ground, and even if it is true, do you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it is, and just if it comes out that it is true and she's uncomfortable with it, she has the right to leave. Everyone can say, can kind of decide what's most important and what their priority is. If it's kind of, making her reputation better, then leave. Okay.
You're absolutely right.
But let's move on to speaking of reputations and social media and people being all over your life. Has anyone seen Lorde? Because listen to this next news. The singer has been absent from social media, of course, over the past few years, but she's just opened up about the reason. So, Courtney, listen. Speaking to her friend Cassie David for Interview Magazine, that's who Pete Davidson dated, right? If I remember correctly.
I think so.
Lorde said that she had been silent on social media platforms like Twitter and Instagram because of major issues affecting the planet. So she said, quote, "Part of what made me peace out on social media, apart from feeling like I was losing my free will, was the massive amounts of stress I was feeling about our planet, about systemic racism, and about police brutality in this country." So I think we all, have noticed the rising, toxicity levels online over the past few years, regardless of what side of an issue you fall on. Social media gets messy and it can be very invasive and can really, take a toll on one's mental health. So what do you think of Lorde's kind of social media cleanse, Courtney and T-Tribe? And do you think it can help your mental health to check out like this? I know we've spoke about this before, but again, do you think this was a good move for Lorde?
To be honest, I don't think a lot of us that are always on our phones or always on social media, I don't think we realize how different we feel when we take like substantial time away. Even if it's like a week and you give yourself like 20 minutes or so a day and then just like don't touch your phone, like you can feel it in your mind, like your brain being like, it's weird and it's uncomfortable, but I recommend it to anyone. Obviously, I was offline for a minute and I came back feeling stellar, like a supernova girl, like Xenon. So even though I'm frustrated as a fan, this is a good thing for Lorde, and I can only imagine what kind of perspective she'll come back with, and I'm ready for it. Take my money. Y'all know me. I'm poor and I'm broke, but I'll save a coin for the divas,
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good point, Courtney. I think you have a different perspective through a process like this where you cleanse yourself. I know you had a personal experience doing it. I've thought about it here and there. I haven't actually made the leap, but I definitely understand why someone would get to that point. But I'm also interested to see kind of what her new perspective translates to music. Do you know what I'm saying? Like what kind of art is she going to bring back now that she's had this time off of social media and time to reflect? That's what's going to be good.
Do you think Lorde will sing about the things that stressed her out, that kept her offline? Sort of like a let's heal the world kind of angle? Or do you think we'll get like maybe one or two and the rest might be like a love thing? I wouldn't be mad at a whole project or one or two. I wouldn't be mad at either. I would just be glad to see her.
Yeah, I think maybe one or two. I don't know if we'd get a whole album about it, but I think like one or two. There definitely will be a song that addresses this time. However it comes out, we don't know. It may not be like right on the nose, like telling us exactly what she was feeling, but like some sort of, sense of it. We will stay tuned.
Oh yeah.
But until then, we're going to talk about all the birthday love Hailey Bieber received over the weekend from her man and husband, Justin Bieber. So Hailey turned 24 yesterday. She's been getting an outpouring of love on social media. I can't believe that she's only 24 years old. With such friends, well, it's crazy the life that, some of these people have lived at just 24 years old. So with such friends as Kendall Jenner, Addison Rae posting to their Instagram stories, Hailey has definitely been getting some serious love despite quarantine. But Hailey's biggest admirer may have been the one to wish happy birthday the best. Justin Bieber posted this slideshow of images to his Instagram yesterday to commemorate Hailey's 24th. He captioned the post, quote, "My eyes are for you. My heart is for you. My soul is for you. Love is for you. I am home wherever you are. You are my safe place. I am completely and utterly obsessed with who you are. My biggest dream is growing old with you. I can't believe you are mine forever. Happy birthday, baby." So that's a post. I'm saying, however you feel about this relationship, if someone wrote that about me, I would be elated. I would be ecstatic. I would think I was, I would just feel very, very loved. So I think it was great. Obviously, I know other people feel differently about this, but what do you think, Courtney? Did you think it was a sweet post? Did you appreciate this? What did you think?
I think that it was good. It was a good post. It was very romantic. It came off very passionate.
That's what I
and it definitely needed to be, especially after Hailey done put her head in the guillotine for the 25th time to scream about how she dated Justin once him and Selena were officially over. So he would really look like a jerk if he didn't really celebrate his wife in the way that he knows she wants to be celebrated, So good job.
Yeah, it's interesting because of course we reported, Hailey kind of set the record straight about the timing of when their relationship started. It's kind of weird and unfortunate timing for her to be celebrating a birthday. Obviously she can't help when her birthday is. But Justin did what he should do as a husband and kind of shut down that noise with this post. But this is not the first time, he kind of confesses his love all the time. I love these lyrics. Like I see this as a song. You know what I'm saying? Like I love these lyrics. My favorite part is he said, "My biggest dream is growing old with you." Like having someone say that I think is beautiful. And, at the end of the day, like however you feel about Justin, like the guy's been through it. And, some of it he deserved and some of it he hasn't. And he seems to be in a better place. And that's kind of a positive I see from this.
Alex, Justin and Hailey could take a 9-month social media break and come back and be fine in terms of popularity, right?
Yeah.
100%. I think so.
Yeah. Is that what you want, Courtney?
Yeah, not because I dislike them and I'm like, go away forever. But like thinking about from a business point of view, like of course it's unrealistic because we have, whatever Justin put out and Monster with Sean and all his yawning to, promote. But I think that the attention and the buildup and the anticipation of Justin and Hailey like pulling a full-on Kylie, not even in terms of a baby, just like disappearing off social media for like almost a year, I think that would be good for them and their image.
Right. I see you guys in the chat. Alley Cat wants you to say something, Courtney.
What? Allie, what do you want me to say? Let me scroll up. Allie, what you want? What Allie say? Well, I don't see Allie in the chat. I love my wife. Shout out to Chance the Rapper. That's a mess how y'all be dragging him and his music because I like him. I say that because I say I love my wife because y'all were making fun of him on Twitter And he does love his wife, but that's why him and Justin are good friends, because they both love their wives. So
Keisha is saying, why is he still affirming that she's the only one for him? Give me something new. Keisha was not impressed by this post. Maria does not want him to write a song about this, because I said they were.
We have a whole album about it.
You know, it is what it is. Anyway, happy birthday, Hailey Bieber. Let's move on to this next. Actually, before we move on, I want to talk about Kendall's post, because, you know, we kind of forget how close Kendall and Hailey are. You know what I mean? Like, they've been friends for a very long time. Kendall in one of the posts writes, I miss our sleepovers, but I understand. Husband, you have a husband now, they can't have their sleepovers. So we forget sometimes that, like, you know, Hailey was a big part of kind of the Kar-Jenner's world. I just got reminded on her birthday about that. Okay, let's move on to this Hillary Duff news, some less, you know, happier news. Hillary revealed on Saturday that she's been exposed to COVID-19 and is currently in her basement under quarantine. Posting to her Instagram stories all weekend, the former Disney Channel star showed off the glitz and glam of lockdown life and how her family was supporting her during this time. Complicating matters is Hillary's pregnancy, which she announced just this past October. According to the CDC, a study found that pregnant women are at an increased risk for severe illness from COVID-19, which may be another big reason for Hillary shutting herself in the basement. It isn't all doom and gloom, though, because Hillary was posting some very sweet and adorable pics of what her family was doing for her while she was trapped in the basement, including bringing her food and little messages. So that's very sweet. Courtney, what did you make of Hillary's announcement? It's pretty scary that she's pregnant and kind of going through this, right?
That's terrifying, that Hillary has COVID-19. I'm glad that she has the support, you know, of her family and stuff, obviously her fans like us. But it's just unfortunate, you know, it's not a thing that just affects, you know, I know you guys heard me mention Granny earlier, but, you know, it affects Hillary Duff as well. And we don't want anything to happen to you guys as grannies, grandpas, what have you, or Hillary or her unborn child. I can only imagine the amount of stress it is to be a woman that's pregnant and then also catch the cove. So definitely sending all sorts of positivity out to Hillary Duff and manifesting a very strong and positive recovery. Girl, you got to have this baby.
Yeah, it's really tough. I can't even imagine. You know, I have a few friends that are pregnant right now, and they're really, really careful because of, you know, the guidance from the CDC that, you know, they can be really, really, they're at an increased risk. So not only do we all have to watch for it, but, you know, when you have another life inside of you, like, it's just, I can't even imagine. So I feel for her, and I hope, you know, she gets better very soon.
Can I be a grandpa real quick, Alex? I saw a comment and it just triggered one of my old man lobes. So Holly Rickard is saying, trapped in the basement sounds horrible. And to Holly, I want to say, it used to be my dream. Living in New York, y'all, used to be my dream to like live in a house that had a basement, because one of my favorite movies growing up was House Arrest. You ever seen House Arrest, Alex, with Jamie Lee Curtis? And they locked the parents in the basement, y'all. That is one of, I said, it never makes like my official like top 10 list of favorite movies, but it's literally in my top 5 if you want to know like a secret between you guys and myself. House Arrest, Jamie Lee Curtis. Before the Activia, you know, Sure We Love, you know, Michael Myers. Jamie Lee Curtis and House Arrest. Yes. Shout out to basements and being trapped into them. And hopefully Hillary is having as much fun as the parents did in that basement, and having crunch berries.
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, being locked in the basement and having food and little messages delivered to you sounds pretty good for a feud. I don't know, you know, obviously if you're not feeling well, it's a different story. But feel like if you were snowed in or like in a better situation, that could be kind of cool. So I feel you.
Yeah.
Well, listen to this exciting news, because our favorite couple, Megan Fox and MGK, went AMA red carpet official last night. Megan and Machine Gun Kelly strutted their stuff on last night's AMA's carpet, with Megan appearing in a deconstructed green dress and MGK in a plunging silk white outfit by Balmain. So usually a red carpet appearance is a major deal for new celebrity couples. But since we have been more or less watching this romance take shape online since June, does this carpet announcement do anything for you, Courtney and T-Tribe?
You know what? This feels like a victory, as dramatic as that sounds. I feel like there are some people that were like, they probably were like thinking that it was like maybe a fling, or that they wouldn't even make it to a red carpet. They felt like maybe this was something that would fizzle out, but they were able to make it to a red carpet. I like the feeling that I get from Megan that she's proud of him. You know, it's one thing to just sort of be together. You can always tell when like a couple is together just to be together. But I get the feeling that she cares about him, loves him, but also is proud of him. And MGK, Alex, just for the tea of it all, MGK has been hustling to get to this pop rock point with Travis Barker and all of that. Girl, he has been rapping out the trap, girl. And it's been a long time coming.
That was Travis Barker on the drums, right? In the AMA performance?
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, that was amazing. It's exciting. You know, we kind of wait for the moment, the red carpet moment. You know, everyone waits for that kind of confirmation. In the media world, it's like, okay, you know, you're bringing your significant other out. You're okay for us to talk about it. So they went Instagram official. We already talked about that. To us, you know, it wasn't as exciting because, you know, I feel like we talk about them every day, and social media was enough for us because we love to speculate. But the red carpet make it even more sweeter, and, you know, they're lasting. They're proving haters wrong. Like, it isn't a fling. They seem to be very much in love, and I'm interested to kind of like see how their relationship plays out. What do you think about that deep plunge suit for a man? What do you think, Courtney? Did you like it?
You know what? I like it. I think that for Kels, it's a very interesting switch of style, but he's growing and maturing into his own, and he's experimenting. I think he looks great. Come on, you got to have a good torso for that. I have a short torso. You know I'm short, Alex. So I couldn't pull it off, but for all my tall girls out there, yes, plunge it.
Yes. Oh, looking good. You know, I love that emerald green color. I love it for fall. I have a good pair of earrings, these drop earrings that are like that emerald color, and I love it. So they're looking great. Fire. Okay, Courtney, we're switching up the show today. We are kicking off our Card Jenner Tea Time a little bit early. So here you go. Here's the keys. Let us get.
If you guys are all set for all of the tea from behind the Card Jenner gates, be sure to turn your vote down for Card Jenner Tea Time! Hello to everyone in my studio, which is no one, just myself, and I'm thankful for me.
All right, we are kicking off Card Jenner Tea Time with Kim sharing a poem Kanye wrote for her. So in honor of their 10th anniversary of Kanye West's album release for My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Kim Kardashian has posted a little behind the scenes look into one of the songs. So posting to her Twitter account last night, Kim shared how Kanye had written a poem for her to commemorate her 30th birthday. She tweeted this, quote, Kanye couldn't come up with some of the lyrics, but then realized he had them in a poem he had written me that was my birthday card he gave me for my 30th birthday. He took the poem he wrote me and made it the song. I keep everything. So she also added a photo of the card Kanye sent her. You can see the poem he wrote, which would eventually be used as lyrics in his song Lost in the World. So this is the poem. Interestingly, this would have happened while Kim was with Chris Humphries, a time that also had Kim and Kanye together working on her image quite a lot. I know he would help her with fashion, and they both had this kind of strong passion for that. And he clearly had a strong passion for Kim. What did you make of this post by Kim, T-Tribe, and Courtney, and this card? Would you enjoy a card from Kanye like this?
Sure. You know, I love a good poem moment, LOL. And this is actually one of my favorite Kanye songs. So this is like a little interesting tea.
Oh, okay.
cute. Shout out to Kim for the reveal. But this is not distracting us from the chaos that your husband is causing. Let's get him back on track to where he needs to be so that we can get another hit like that. I want this Kanye back, the one that wrote that poem. I don't know. He could still be there for all we know, Alex. We just don't know because we don't know him and we're outside looking in. But it appears as though this new Kanye is right now lost in the world. So we got to find him. We got to call our explorer daughter and get him.
Yeah, no, I agree. Obviously, Kanye is very romantic. We've seen many times where he's kind of done, romantic things for Kim. So obviously, he has a charm about him that keeps their relationship alive. It's really kind of cool to see you saying this was one of your favorite songs, kind of where the inspiration came from. But she was with Chris at the time. So let's talk about that. So she was in a relationship. See this romantic card basically professing that this woman is his everything. That's a little brave, for lack of a better word.
It's intense. That because the girls love to call me intense. It's very intense. Alex, you might know better than I can, and you might be able to recall better than I can. Why doesn't the public like Chris again? I liked him. Wendy makes fun of him, and I feel like the public really hates him a lot in regards to the Kardashians.
Well, of course, their infamous marriage. Everyone kind of refers to that they were only married for how many days. But he wasn't very nice. You saw him on the show. He wasn't very pleasant to her. He was rude to her, at least the way they edited the show. We don't know Chris Humphrey, but he just kind of seemed unbothered, dismissive, a little condescending. He just, I don't know. It was a very interesting relationship, and it ended very quickly because there were obviously issues. So I don't know. Oh, people say,
I see Keisha saying Chris was really mean to Kim. Really, really mean and rough. I mean, I've obviously seen the episodes. I've seen all the Kardashian episodes. This has been a very long time, Alex.
Yeah.
I'm very interesting. He wasn't like that with her before. The marriage? Maybe not. You never, girl. Sometimes people don't show their true face. That's why you gotta date people a long time, girl. You gotta see them through all the seasons, girl. You gotta see them when they're mad, sad, jealous, envious. You gotta see them through every single mode, cause girl, you can't be blindsided once that ring is on. You're gonna be looking like one of these Lifetime movies, woman thrown down the stairs and all that. We cannot have that. You gotta know your people before you make them your person.
Exactly. That's why don't ever rush into anything too quickly, because you really don't know someone. I say, a few years down the road, you don't really get, you're still learning every day. But she dodged that bullet real quick. So goodbye, Chris Humphries. Hello, Kanye West. Beautiful poem. Hey, he's writing music about it. Chris can't do that.
No, he can't, Alex. You got that right.
Okay. Speaking of other men in the Kardashian world, Tristan Thompson is moving to Boston. So news broke over the weekend that Tristan has signed a deal with the Boston Celtics after playing 9 seasons with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The deal would have Tristan locked in with Boston for 2 years at $19 million. The Kardashians showed their support for Khloe's baby daddy, with Kim posting to her Instagram story to congratulate Tristan. She said, quote, "Congrats at RealTristan13. Boston, here we come." Rob also showed Tristan some love on his story as he wrote, "Let's go Real Tristan." While this may create some division in the Kardashian household, since they are all from LA, which of course is Lakers Nation, the family seems to be taking this very well. So for those that don't know sports, the Celtics are one of the biggest rivals of the Lakers. Do you think that Khloe will end up making the move to Boston so True can be closer to her dad and they can live happily ever after? Do you think that's going to happen?
I'm thinking it's a possibility For sure. I
Yeah.
feel like, the show is ending. What more do they have to put on camera? Chloe already know that we're upset she's back with Tristan. So exactly what you said, Alex. She can go to Boston and live her happily ever after, and we don't have our nose in her business like that. That might actually be what happens.
Right. I think this is actually perfect timing for Chloe to really try and work this out. I mean, she kind of split her time between Cleveland, so she can move to Cleveland, she can move to Boston. Also, like, Kim did the Wyoming thing, and no shade to Cleveland. I'm just saying that Boston is a huge city. She's on the East Coast. They can travel to New York. They can travel to many places very easily. And so if she needs to do like events and work is what I'm trying to get to. But I also think that, Kim would live in Wyoming with Kanye. They're all very independent and make their kind of personal life work the way they want it to, even though they're a really tight-knit family. And like you said, the show is over. So what else do they need to do? I think it's a high possibility. So,
Alex, you know what I'm thinking? And T-Tribe, feel free to answer. As I have a friend that is an athlete and she travels quite a lot. Would you date somebody that is an athlete because they travel so often? Girl, I like to stay home. I be home. I don't go nowhere. So you need to be home. Are y'all dating someone that travels all over the world? Like you go to sleep in Kansas and next day they in Greece, next day they in Istanbul, and next day they in Portugal. Like, are you dating somebody like that? Is that your person?
I don't know. I mean, I think if I really, really love someone, I would definitely try it. I would try it. I would try and work it out. I've done long distance before. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's like a great way to live life and have a relationship. But if you have the money to travel with them everywhere, then that's okay. I guess, like you said, if you're a homebody, it's not the right relationship. But I can pick up and go. I enjoy traveling. And in this case, of course, there is the elephant in the room with the infidelity. And I know the T-Tribe is going crazy in the chat. So she can be closer to him. She can, kind of keep an eye on him. And if they are really trying to give it a go, this is the best option. Move to Boston and do it the right way, and see if it works out. But until then, let's get into Courtney and Scott Disick drama, because we always have to talk about them one time in the show.
Yes, ma'am.
Courtney has really gotten this Scott dating around thing down, as a new report from TMZ explains. So sources close to the Kardashians have revealed that Courtney not only has no issue with Scott dating Amelia Hamlin, she almost prefers it. The sources told TMZ that Courtney likes when Scott is dating someone because it makes him more grounded, happy, and a more responsible parent. So glad to hear that Scott and Courtney have found a way to kind of co-parent without worrying about what they are. What do you think of this news, Courtney and T-Tribe? Do you think it makes sense that she likes him dating? Do you think that's true? How do you feel about this?
Alex, it sounds like Courtney ain't really been in the news like that because we've been focusing on Scott and Amelia and, what Sophia is doing and whether Lionel Richie is, happy with her and stuff like that. So, of course, here's a story, how does Courtney feel that Scott's dating another child? And she's not bitter at all. She's happy for him. Shout out to Courtney. The story came out and now she doesn't look bitter. Do I believe it? Not really. Do I want Scott and Courtney to get back together? Never. Do I hope Scott and Amelia are happy? No. Do I want Sophia Richie and Jordan Woods to have the last laugh? Yes. Those are my thoughts. Jerry Springer.
Those are some great thoughts, Courtney. I feel that the point about him being a better father and more responsible when he's in a relationship, I understand. Because if there's like some female involved, even though, she's very young, I feel like, and I don't know Amelia Hamlin at all, but I'm just saying having like a female influence to kind of like where are the kids? Make sure you are, you call Courtney. I don't know, call Courtney. Maybe they don't want that. But, co-parent with Courtney. And I see that him being more grounded in a better place. Because if he's single and alone, he's going to, get into his old partying ways. He's going to want to hang out with friends. He's going to want to be social. And unfortunately, the kids are going to feel that. So I get that part of it. This report also said, which I want to bring up, it's something that you and I spoke about. So Lisa Rinna, Amelia's mom, the same report says that she is scared about this relationship. When I thought she'd be excited and for it to kind of elevate Amelia's brand, not the, of course, struggles that Scott deals with. I don't think any mom would want, a child to get into a relationship with someone like that. But yeah, she's still kind of wrapping her head around the whole relationship. What do you think about that? You think she's going to approve eventually? It took Lionel Richie a while.
Alex, I'm gonna go way out. Parla. Oh, I can hear my own voice, girl. But I want to ask you: do we think that this is something that can be used on Beverly Hills? A lunch scene, the struggle of Lisa going through the oh my god, Amelia. It does this start with the storyline? We've got Erica and the divorce. Now we have Lisa and Amelia. What are the other girls up to? What are they bringing to? It's about it's the table time. What are you bringing into the season? Lisa and Amelia. Oh my god, the divorce. Oh my god, that's Erica. My divorce. What are the other ladies going to bring? So why not? She's probably like, yes. She's probably dancing in the Skims right now. Yes, on Instagram because she's like, I am secured for at least another season.
I totally think that this could be a storyline. It'll be interesting to kind of watch it. But I'm just like, who can we find for Courtney? Like, who is Courtney going to date? Because we keep hearing about Scott. It's like, what? We want, Courtney to also find love.
Mm-hmm.
When?
What she needs to date, like a 36-year-old tech executive that also is like real crunchy, hikes every day, no matter the weather. Like that way she can sort of latch on to whatever he knows about, the stuff that she wants to put on Poosh. It has to be some sort of like symbiotic something.
Yeah.
He's got his own, so that's the coin. He's got the yoga, so that's part of her. 9 times out of 10 he'll be black, so there's that. Oh wait, no, he won't be black, girl. He's gonna be white. So then there's that. Girl, she's got an option in LA, girl. You can find that right down on Sunset, girl. Just go and drive around and pull you somebody out of Lululemon, girl, and there you go.
Yeah,
she'll find him. He's out there. A crunchy tech executive. Maybe she should move to San Francisco, girl.
But he needs to have the Kar Jenner side to him. He needs to like the glitz and glam and be able to be involved in that too. He can't just be a hiker. He can't just be granola.
Well, that's the tech executive part of it. So like in my mind, Alex, in the timeline, eventually the Kar Jenners will sort of like phase out the pop culture stuff and they'll really start to cement themselves in a more expensive industry. I sort of feel like that might have been the start of, remember Chloe was promoting the prescription medicine and everyone was up in arms about that. They're going to extend their legs into other industries. Girl, tech is it, girl. Tech is it, girl. They're going to come out. Girl, watch. Apple, girl, watch out.
Yeah, Apple, watch out. But tech is it and music is it. So let's move on to our new music spotlight. We got to talk about the AMAs. We are getting close to the end of the show. And first up, we're talking about Megan Thee Stallion closing out 2020 in style. After dropping her debut studio album last Friday, Megan appeared on the AMAs where she performed her newest single, Body. A pared-down version of the music video, Megan still showed off how she can strut her stuff and just how dynamic of a performer she is. She was up for 5 awards last night and won for Favorite Female Rapper, Favorite Rap Hip-Hop Song with Cardi B for WAP. What did you think of Megan's performance at the AMAs last night? And will Hot Girl Summer ever end?
Hot Girl Summer is never going to end, in my opinion. I think that Megan Thee Stallion will be around for a very long time.
Hot girl spring.
Hot girl New Year's Eve, girl.
Hot girl, everything.
Alex, as someone that dances, I wanted to ask you, do you think that it's okay for an artist to perform lip sync as long as they are nailing the choreo? My vote is for yes. What do you think, T-Tribe, and what do you think, Alex?
See, what a lot of people don't understand is they have TV tracks for a reason. AMAs is a performance. It's not an artist. I don't think should be shaded for doing something like that. It's for production value. She kills it. That song, body, yaddy, yaddy. I mean, it's growing on me. It's stuck in my head. I can't stop singing it. She killed it. I mean, that girl can perform. The choreography is unbelievable. She is killing it. And it was her debut performance. I think it was a great first performance, and I absolutely loved it. Did you like it, Courtney?
I loved it. It just goes to show you don't need all of the extra in terms of the set and production if you can just bring the raw talent. And that's exactly what Megan did. All black, shake a cheek, left and right, and show us the knees. That's the Megan Thee Stallion brand. Cheeks, knees, and bars. I'm here for it.
Cheeks, knees, and bars. Incredible. Cheeks, knees, and bars. We got to get that on a shirt and on a mug. Love it. Okay. Well, Megan Thee Stallion wasn't the only one to hit the AMA stage. The K-pop group, BTS, of course. We have the Army in the chat, gave 2 performances last night. One for their new song, Life Goes On, and another closing the show out with their hit, Dynamite. So the boys also took home for the awards for Best Pop Rock Duo or Group and for Best Social Artist. BTS has really had quite the year as well, especially here in the US, making their mark on the American music scene and opening it up for other foreign artists to also succeed. So what did you think of BTS's performances last night and their big wins?
I'm just glad, Alex, that BTS can continue to win. I feel like a lot of the K-pop stars, they get ignored, but BTS is so undeniable that the Army would have had the AMAs burnt down if BTS did not get up on that stage and do what they were sent here to do. Every note was in pitch, every move was on it, and the Army should be absolutely proud. That's why they go crazy, because look what they deliver. A pristine product every single time.
100%. I think that, this is the first time we actually had time to kind of just slow down and hear their voices with the first song they performed, Life Goes On. And then we saw, Dynamite, that's been a hit, and the kind of choreography and performance we expect from BTS. But just kind of seeing them and seeing every single member, just sing into the microphone was really cool and different than what we're used to. So I absolutely loved that. Someone in the chat is asking what BTS stands for. So I was just looking it up because I was interested. Do you know, Courtney?
I'm not sure, but I'm dead because Karen said BTS stands for behind the scenes for me. LOL. That's what my mom would say. She'd be like BTS, like behind the scenes.
That's BTS. It says that it's a Korean expression. There's a lot of there's a lot of things online that it's called Beyond the Scene in English. BTS stands for Beyond the Scene. Interesting. We will get
Army, tell us in the chat and in the comments. Yeah. Let us know, because I know the Army gonna watch this. So let us know in the comments and leave some purple hearts for us too, so we know you're part of the Army. And give this video a thumbs up too.
100%. It could mean many things. But anyway, it means that they're great, and we love their performances, and congrats to them on having such a successful year and bringing K-pop to our lives, because we love it. So someone else that brought a lot to our lives was my girl J-Lo and Mr. Maluma. So we were also blown away by J-Lo and Maluma last night for their performance of Party and Lonely. This Chicago-inspired performance was oozing sexuality, and every time we see J-Lo perform, we have to remind ourselves that this woman is 50 years old. She's incredible and timeless and ageless and just stunning. The steamy pair really gave it their all, especially in anticipation of their movie Marry Me coming next February. So both of these songs were written for that movie. Courtney, T-Tribe, What do you think of the performance, and does it kind of hype you up for this film, Marry Me?
I'm not too sure about the film, but I do want to say, if you were ever concerned about the idea or thought of Jennifer Lopez having a Vegas residency, all you have to do is watch a performance like we saw at the American Music Awards, and you'll understand exactly why that needs to happen. It doesn't
Yeah.
really matter how you feel about Jennifer Lopez as a person or her music or how we receive the music or who's really singing the music. It's about the fact that if I spend my good coin, Alex, and I go to some sort of theater or what have you, J-Lo's performing at, 3 cocktails, 6 cocktails, and it doesn't matter what she's singing because we're going to get fireworks, sparklers, she's going to dance on a chair, she's going to swing from the ceiling, she's going to give us theatrics, camp, and the drama that we need. So I'm ready. I thought it was a great performance.
I thought it was an amazing performance. She brings it every single time. You're never underwhelmed by J-Lo. The chemistry those two have, like, I'm not starting any rumors at all or ever going to start that because I absolutely love A-Rod and J-Lo together. But I just think, like, that must be tough to kind of watch that when you're in love with someone. I always talk about that with celebrities and movies and kind of seeing that. Of course, J-Lo's just doing her job, being an amazing performer and actress, triple threat, should we say. But her, like, crawling on the table and the whole kind of, like, sex appeal that she adds is just powerful. And I love it, and I will forever be obsessed with her. So,
shout out to the prowess.
Shout out. Shout, shout. Shout and shout. I get so excited about J-Lo, I can't even speak English. It's so hard. Okay, let's move on to our OMT story of the day, because not only do we love J-Lo, but we also love Taylor Swift. And she continued to be the queen of the AMAs last night, winning Artist of the Year for the 3rd year in a row. This is also her 6th win for the same category. Pretty crazy. Taylor also took home the awards for Favorite Music Video for Cardigan and Favorite Female Pop Rock Artist. Taylor wasn't able to attend the award show last night and apologized to her fans for not being there to accept the award. In her acceptance speech, Taylor explained, quote, "The reason I'm not there tonight is I'm actually re-recording all of my old music in the studio where we originally recorded it. So it's been amazing, and I can't wait for you to hear it." Many people have speculated that Taylor has been dropping little clues to her fans about her upcoming recorded albums. First, she appeared for the Apple Music win last week with straight hair, you know, back to her Red days. Last night, she had this huge Zodiac poster kind of throw behind her, and I literally was just staring at it as she was talking, searching for my own Easter eggs. Of course, we see the 13 next to her. Then I was like, ooh, you know, there's the Zodiac signs. What does that mean? Anyway, Courtney T-Tribe, what did you think of Taylor's win last night? And kind of her acceptance speech, alluding to the fact that she doesn't have time because she's re-recording her old albums.
Taylor Swift definitely deserves every single win that she wins ever, always, forever. Definitely one of the best songwriters of our generation, whether you agree or not. That's just my opinion. And also, Alex, I'm very excited. I need all of the new music. I'm wondering if we'll get like 3 days of albums one week, and then like 3 days of albums at the beginning of the month and 3 days of albums at the end. You know, because then that would be the 6, right? Am I right, y'all? I think that's the 6 albums that she doesn't own just yet. So I'm ready to just spend my money. I'm very excited. Y'all know I love Taylor Swift. Y'all know I love what she brings to the table. Y'all know that once Reputation 2.0 drops, y'all are going to hear my screams all over the country, all over the world, in fact. Y'all be watching all over. And this is just, it's going to be worth the wait, Alex. You know, I love that woman. Shout out to Taylor Allison.
Yeah, I want to shout out Wesley, who says, and Swifties somehow found where she was, the studio where she was. That is amazing. Swifties amaze me. How they can figure out from just a wall with a throw what studio she's recording at. I mean, if you know that she recorded at a certain studio, if you saw in some interview, maybe you could figure it out, but they amaze me every single day. I am one of them as well, of course. But I just want to know because, of course, you know, Taylor has a plan always. So do we think it will happen by the end of the year? Do you think we will get the re-recorded albums by the end of the year? Or do you think it'll be a plan for 2021?
I would like to get something before the end of the year. I mean, girl, we only got like what, 6 weeks? 6, 7 weeks, girl. November just about over, girl, and about a teaspoon and 2 shakes of the salt shaker. So I mean, I would like, girl, 6 weeks, girl. To me, that means every album up until the year's over. But girl, that's just me. How about this? I would love it if Taylor would drop one of her iconic like records that's re-recorded from any album and then let us have it next year. Give us a little taste of what could come, and then girl, let us forget about you for at least 5 minutes. Come back.
Right. Maybe like an EP, because the EP is usually, you know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 songs.
One song from each.
One song from each album. Yes. We got it.
Oh yeah. We need one single from each. One of the original singles from each.
Genius.
That's it.
Okay. Well, while we wait for that, unfortunately, that is all the tea we have to spill today. Courtney, what a fun Monday. Talking about all this Taylor Swift exciting news. Again, congrats to her and everyone else. Happy birthday, Hailey Bieber, and everything else we talked about. Courtney, if they're new here, you know, they got to like, comment, subscribe. Share your thoughts if you're an actor sipper in the comments below. And where can they find you after the show if they want more of that revolution?
If you're done with the tea and you're looking for more of me, you can follow me on social media, Instagram, Twitter. I've got a podcast. Also, for giggles and more pop culture fun, you can subscribe to my own individual YouTube channel. We'll be uploading soonish. Where can they find you, Schiffman?
You can find me on all social media platforms at Alex Schiffman, just like my name right there. And on that note, it is time to wash this tea off our hands, and we will see you tomorrow, same time, 8:30 Pacific Standard Time for Tequila Tuesday. Don't miss it. All right, Quinn.
Alrighty, we'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And now it's time to wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. It's into man. You better wash your hands. Wash your hands. You better wash your. Scrub your hands. It's into man. Scrub your hands. It's into man. Hey, just wash your hands with spam.